The 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks is prompting Americans to reflect on one of the darkest days in U.S. history.
For people who witnessed the tragedy firsthand in New York City, this can be a very difficult time. News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran's live in West Palm Beach with a local survivor's story. Dan?
Well, Tanya, John, Michelle Rosado now calls West Palm Beach home, but for years she lived in New York City and actually worked in Tower 2 of the World Trade Center. On 9/11, her office windows suddenly shattered. Now, though it's been a decade since that day, she, like many who experienced the attacks firsthand, cannot seem to let those images go. Rosado was at her desk on the 95th floor on 9/11, snapping a few photos with her new camera just a few days before. Rosado, though, has turned those events into positives in her life, and she's since become an author, a motivational speaker, life coach, and entrepreneur. She often recalls the immediate orders of her coworker to leave the area that day.
I said, should I go back upstairs? I questioned my actions at that moment. And for whatever reason, I listened to her and I walked out of the building. And as soon as I walked out of the building, that was when I heard the roar of another airplane engine.
And that was just before that second airplane hit Tower 2. Now, this survivor has yet to go back to Ground Zero, but now Rosado is planning that first trip to where the World Trade Center's her former place of work once stood. And coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, we'll tell you what is prompting her now to make that trip back up to Ground Zero, to the site of the September 11th attacks up in New York City. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Dan Corcoran, WPTV News Channel 5.